Hello children, this is a continuation of the first video. We had finished off with the different layers of the atmosphere, and today we are going to continue with a layer, the stratosphere, and its important layer called the ozone layer. The ozone layer, children, is made up of ozone, which is a molecule containing 3 oxygen atoms. It is supposed to be blue in color and has a very strong smell. So this ozone layer that we have is a very important layer because it absorbs radiation from the sun. And ozone is very less in our atmosphere. If there are 10 million air molecules, only about 2 million are oxygen. And out of that 2 million too, only 3, not million, only 3 are ozone. But this tiny amount of ozone also plays a very important role. Alright, the most important role that it plays is it absorbs the portion of ultraviolet light called the UVB rays, which are very harmful for everyone. It causes skin cancer, cataracts, it harms crops, and it also harms marine life. So you can imagine how important the ozone layer is. Now, the ozone layer is always forming and getting destroyed and forming again. But nowadays, because of how people have been misusing many products, the ozone layer is getting depleted very fast. One important element, or one important thing that destroys the ozone layer is the presence of the chlorofluorocarbons, or the CFCs. These are present in refrigerants, pesticides, and fire extinguishers. Alright? So, what generally happens is, when we use these products, then these products release the chlorofluorocarbons and they go up to the stratosphere. There, the sunlight breaks them down. Okay, so when they are broken down, they release chlorine or bromine, and when they break down, they go and attack the protective ozone layer. Okay, so when this chlorine atom, like one single chlorine atom, goes into the ozone layer, it can destroy up to 1 lakh ozone molecules. Imagine, one chlorine atom can destroy up to 1 lakh ozone molecules. So, ozone layer is getting made, but it is getting destroyed so much more faster than it would normally be. Alright. So now, when this is happening, then of course our ozone layer becomes thinner and thinner, and it creates holes. Now, I can really imagine some of you thinking that when you are using the swimming pool or any product containing chlorine, then is that harmful for the ozone layer? The answer is no, it is not harmful at all. Why? When we are using chlorine on the ground level, on the surface of the earth, then it does not go all the way up to the stratosphere and destroy the ozone layer. Okay, it gets dispersed by the wind, by the water in a very normal process. It does not reach all the way to the stratosphere. But the chlorofluorocarbons that we have go all the way to the stratosphere because they're all clumped up together. And when it reaches the stratosphere, the sunlight breaks it down because the air is very thin there, creating chlorine and damaging the ozone layer. One way for the ozone layer to survive is to stop the production of the CFCs, which may help the ozonosphere to recover over many years. That brings us to the end of the chapter. Let us quickly deal with the significance of the atmosphere. Through the two videos, I'm sure you must have understood how important the atmosphere is for us. And the most important thing that it does for us is protection. The ozone layer the ozone layer protects us from the ultraviolet rays, from all the radiation caught from the sun. And the atmosphere as a whole prevents us from getting hurt by falling meteors and protects the environment too. Secondly, it balances the temperature. It keeps the earth cool, not too hot, not too cold. Thirdly, oxygen is useful for animals, carbon dioxide for plants, nitrogen for the soil. So all these are found in the atmosphere, which helps us to survive. Fourthly, water vapor forms many important elements of weather like snow, sleet, hail, rain, fog, and many different weather conditions. Okay, so that is also an important part of the atmosphere. And finally, dust particles help in condensation, leads to the formation of clouds, and eventually to the formation of rain, snow, etc. So you can see how the atmosphere is so deeply connected with everything and how it helps us to survive on this planet we call home. With that, we've come totally to the end of the chapter. Please go through it, learn it up, read, understand. If you have any doubts, please feel free to message me. Thank you, take care, and study well. Bye-bye.